Hey, good afternoon and welcome to Fireside Friday. Hope you're all having a fantastic week. As you can see, it's me again. Padraig has given me the keys to the kingdom, and I have a really cool, awesome guest today who's going to join us for a chat around diversity, technology, being a working mom, and lots more. So I'm going to bring in Geri Yordanova, and we are going to have a little conversation. Geri, how are
Hi,
you? How are you?
Keith. I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. All the better for getting you on to Fireside Friday.
Thank you so much for having me, and I love that intro. I wish every meeting introduced me like that.
Yeah, I know. So, like, thanks a million for joining us. Really was looking forward to getting you on. So you're extremely busy, so I'll take the opportunity to have a little chat with you anyway, and just to get to know you a little bit better.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it. You were
So,
very vague when I was asking you, what are you going to be asking me, Keith? And you were like, not telling you. The less you know, the better.
like it's ad hoc. It's ad hoc. So something will pop into my head, and I'll ask you a question. Now, like I said, yeah, I wanted to just sort of get a feel for your area of the business, and we're hiring, so I want to try and give people an insight to the day in the life of partners and integrations, and which is led by your good self. So Jerry, give us a little bit of an oversight. I know you gave a great overview of yourself at Diversify not too long ago, which was a fantastic event. And so give us a little bit of an overview about yourself and who you are and what gets you.
Sure. All right. So, I am with Verizon Connect for about 4 years now, and before I started on my leadership journey, I was a software developer for about 10 or so years. I come from a .NET background, and I came to Ireland when I was 19. I'm originally from Bulgaria, and I did my degree here in Griffith College, Dublin. So I did 4 years of that and loved every second of it.
Mm,
Um, I came to Ireland very intentionally. I knew that I wanted to pursue a career in tech. I was very lucky in the sense that I knew at a very young age that this is what I wanted to do. And I came to Ireland because I knew it had this, big booming industry and lots of presence from some of the biggest companies in the world,
mm,
biggest tech companies in the world. And I did my degree and embarked on my journey. And in my career to date, I've worked in some pretty awesome companies. And about 4 years ago, I chose Verizon Connect, and I have to say it's been my most enjoyable and challenging job that I've ever had. I've grown more in this job, and in this and in my role, which has kind of evolved over time, than in any other place where I have worked.
mm.
So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
So came to Ireland, the new Silicon Valley within Europe, and let's we have got some fantastic companies here, but none as good as ourselves, right? So that's why you're here with us today. So you've got a fairly heavy role, big role in the organization. I mean, your team is has got a lot of responsibilities and stuff like that. Can you just give us a bit of a little bit of an overview of partners integration and sort of what it is we do?
Absolutely. So partners and integrations is only one small side of it, right? My role is associate director of software development for review of field and integration services,
Mm.
as well as channel and OEM over in New Zealand. So in Dublin, we have our integrations tribe, and the integrations tribe owns our Reveal Marketplace and our Verizon Connect integrations platform. And what we effectively own is the infrastructure and the platform for which allows all the other developers in the company to build public-facing APIs, which are used by our customers and partners.
Yeah.
So that's kind of one side of it. We also integrate on a very frequent basis with other companies, and we add them to our marketplace to allow our customers to get more value and adoption out of Reveal and also their data. Apart from that, I'm also leading the Reveal Field engineering group. So this is a team based in Florence currently, and they are building our field management product, which supports our field management workers, which can be Reveal customers also. Um, and apart from that, there are some other legacy platforms that we own, and we also have our professional services team over in the US. They're part of my remit as well. This is a group which supports our biggest enterprise customers, and does some custom solutions and integrations on their behalf. It's a very, very talented team over in the US, led by Kurt White. And over in New Zealand, we have our account channel and OEM team, led by Paul Findlay, which is what I'll be bold enough to say the future of our Reveal product, which is our OEM integrations as we move more into in the OEM space. So it's a very exciting time in Verizon Connect. There's a lot of transformation going throughout the business. We are transforming our integrations platform at the moment, which is our team in Dublin, led by Jijimon Anthony. And overall, lots of challenges, lots of technical challenges. We're moving at a great speed, but yeah, overall, very exciting time.
I love it, Geri, because I mean, as I say to everybody, I look after partners in integration, and I recruit predominantly just for yourself and Gigimon and the wider team in Florence. And I have to say, since I've joined, but when I joined the organization, I realized that you have already hired some fantastic talent. And now, as well as I'm helping to onboard new talent into the business, it's mind blowing. The people we have in the organization, whether it be in Dublin or Florence, reporting into Alessio over there as well. And just going back to something you said there, exciting times. We had our hackathon not too long ago. We had our AWS Games Day. And I was kind of hoping, I was praying to the gods above to be able to get my hands on a video of our new AI dash cams, which we released there the other day. And again, we're just leveraging the power of technology to do amazing things out there. We're saving lives. We're saving customers money. It's just unbelievable. I recently done a pitch on P&I on our Reveal platform, and when you sit down and look at what our product does in the marketplace, it's fascinating. And then when I'm talking to the likes of yourself and the team behind the development of the product, it's like, wow, we've some amazing people in the business. And just on that as well, Geri, in terms of the technology, and we like to encourage people to grow and develop at the speed of technology, because the opportunity for learning and growing in here is phenomenal, right? The kind of technology to which we're using, I'm right to say, and I'm bold enough to say that we're leveraging some of the latest and greatest in technology, whether it be from .NET Core, Angular, and AWS on our environment there. Would it be right in saying that?
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen the journey that we've been on since I joined 4 years ago. When I joined Verizon Connect 4 years ago, like every successful company out there, we had a monolith behind us, which we very aggressively worked on decomposing. And we are fully in the cloud now. We had a big migration earlier in the year, and we are we're partners with some of the biggest companies. AWS is a very good partner of ours, and we're always looking at ways to automate,
Mm,
automate everything.
mm,
This is one of the most talented technical team I have ever worked with. And I know a lot of people say that,
mm.
but the way we work in Verizon Connect, I haven't witnessed anywhere else. From our culture to the way we adopt new technology.
Mm.
The way we do innovation. The hackathon was just one example. I mean, that's a company-wide event, but as part of our core values, um, we make sure that innovation is part of how we work. And some
Yes.
of our biggest products, for example, our integrated video dash cam product, which just launched a new camera the other day. I mean, that originated from a hackathon idea.
Mm.
So, and there's other examples like it, and I've never seen that in any other company that I've worked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think it's fair to say that we are using the latest. Now, we are of course mindful, right? We wouldn't be jumping on every new technology that jumps out there. We would test that out. We would prove it out.
Mhm.
Obviously, we're we have a reputation to uphold, so we would never want to put ourselves under any security risks and things like that.
Mhm.
Having said that, the teams in Verizon Connect have more autonomy in the way we have structured them, which allows them to own their area fully and own the decisions around them.
Mm. That's used, and I'm sure since we went to the from the monolithic to the more microservices side of things on the application, you've seen a massive change. And would it be any particular change that would stand out to you and say, wow, that was such a transforming from the monolithic into the microservices? Would you have seen something that's really jumped out to you and said, wow, or has it made your life better or worse, shall we say?
I think one of the, I suppose, easiest stats to go by is the number of releases that we do,
Mm.
and the number of I suppose, customer releases, like value drops that we do.
Sure.
I remember when I started in Verizon Connect, doing a release was an event, right? We were releasing the monolith once a month, and there was like a week of regression ahead of that. And on the day of the release, we would be, ordering pizza. People would be staying up late. It would be an event,
Yeah.
Um, and as we started our journey towards microservices architecture, and we started decomposing the monolith, and we broke out the separate contexts, and each team now obviously has their microservices. Releases are happening all the time. It's a
Mm.
complete non-event. Probably 100 releases go out any given day, but it's not something that you even think about anymore. So this is part of the evolution that I have seen, which is a big plus. That we're able to deliver value to our customers at a much faster pace,
Mm. I love
and
it.
and, and, and at a high scale, because we're a big team.
Mm.
It's, and when you scale to this degree, you know maintaining and that autonomy for teams is really the secret sauce there.
Mm. And it's all about like the scalability as well and getting the product out to our customers, but also with an emphasis on retaining that top quality, world class quality, to which has gone out to the door and which our customers are absolutely gobbling up and they're loving it, and it's fantastic. And just I was talking to some of our new starters over the last few weeks, and and just going back to that autonomous piece as well, they're loving it. You know what I mean? They feel they have a voice. They can give their input into the product, and it's not some organizations. I'm sure you've probably seen it, Jerry, where you'd be just cracking code all day, and that's all you've done. It was boom, 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 boom. Whereas here, it's they've got that autonomy and they've got a voice as well. So I think that's fantastic to have. So what you're here just over 4 years now. You're a working mom in a big role. I'm not going to say stressful role because you don't do stress. You don't look stressed. But how do you like? I mean, we have our work forward model, and I know you to be in the office a couple of days a week as well. And how do you find working and managing mom life as well?
So there was sort of life before the pandemic, and then which was like a distant memory, and then there's life post the pandemic, or I suppose technically we're still in the pandemic, but
Yes.
I have to say I am loving the new sort of flexibility, and with our
Mm,
work forward model. I don't know if people know, but we're only back in the office. The mandatory day is like 1 day a month, which
yeah.
is fantastic in terms
Yeah.
of the amount of flexibility it gives you. Now, lots more people are going in more just to
Mm,
get that interaction going, but we're not forced. The company is not forcing us back in the office. And I absolutely love that because people have managed to find that balance. And for me personally, I've really managed to find that balance with having young kids at home and working, and then of course working across different time zones. I have a team in New Zealand. I have a team on the West Coast in the US. So having that flexibility is very, very important to me. And I feel like the company has really supported me, and not just me, the company has really supported us,
hmm
in coming out of the pandemic. Um, so yeah, I mean, I have to say, any given day is a balancing act. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you look at your schedule and you're like, it's fluid. Time is fluid.
Yeah. And
I'm across many time zones, Keith.
yeah,
Time's
no, absolutely. I don't know how you keep up with it. Like it's phenomenal to see the way, your work ethic is sick. And with me working closely with yourself and Gigi man as well. Sometimes I have to take a deep breath and go, right, okay, these guys are these guys are powerful. But it's fantastic working alongside yourself, Gigi man, because I've learned, on the TA team, I've learned a lot about the Verizon Connect business and the Verizon business, but I've been able to get closer to partners in integration and got a good understanding of what we do for our customers and it's great to see that our customers have a one-stop shop. We nearly have a product for everything that which they want to do within the Reveal platform. But it's fantastic to get that exposure as well. And I love the work for model as well because it enables you to do a little bit more at home if you need to be at home. And especially with having a couple of children as well, I'm sure it's great. And how are the children? They're not in
good.
school, are they? No, I can't remember the ages.
So I have two boys. One is
Yes,
7.5, and the other one is 2.5.
yeah.
Um, yeah, no, it's great because seeing my little one, like I feel like I was able to spend more time with him because during the pandemic we had lockdown, so there was always the negative side of the pandemic, obviously with people getting sick and the lockdowns. But for me personally, having a pandemic baby was great because I got to
Mm,
spend more time with them. Even during the lockdown when it was really stressful, they sort of grow
mm,
up around you. And we have a really, really strong bond. And they're just used to mommy being on calls, and they will
mm.
come and they're curious and they're like, "Who's your friend, mommy?" you know
Ah,
and or they love if I'm on a conference call with like 10 other people, and they'll come and they'll be looking and be like, "Who's that?" And so yeah, I think it's for them now, it's normal. But
mm,
before the pandemic, I brought my son to the office one time. This is way before. And he was very impressed because we just moved into the Sandyford office, and we had the table tennis table and the Xbox, and he just thought that this is what mommy does, that we just go into the office and that's all we do all day. So
I
he
love it.
kept on asking me, when can I go back to the office, because he got a hot
If,
chocolate and he just
oh
thought it was the
yeah.
best thing ever.
Yeah, that's unreal. I mean, if only our days were playing pool and ping pong. And that reminds me, I have a pool date with one of the guys from the team later on downstairs. He beat me last week, but the challenge is on now for me to take back the cup. I wanted to, is it a career in technology now for the children, or what do you think? Are we going to see future V teamers there?
I'd say so. I'd say so.
Ooh,
And
that's nice.
um, we're getting my 7-year-old to do some Scratch. So he's starting to learn a bit of coding. He
Wow.
is, yeah, he's like he gravitates towards I suppose more logical games.
Very
We
good.
try to encourage STEM activities. He's big into playing chess, loves maths. Um, Reading, writing, who needs that stuff? He doesn't see the value in it, but
Brilliant.
he loves watching tutorials on how to build games in Scratch, and yeah. So
Wow.
you never know. I mean, they
Do
can
you know
obviously
what?
do whatever they want to do, but
I love it. It could be the next era, the next generation of V teamers coming on board and take it to a completely another level. That's fantastic. There was a question in there, and I won't keep you much longer because I know, look, time's a precious commodity, and you probably want to get a bit of lunch there. But there was a question in there for you, from monolithic to microservices. What is next? Do you customize for it, or have certain large services on top of microservices like Spotify's evolution, etc., etc.?
well, actually,
Hmm.
the thing that I am most passionate about at the moment, and I am saying it to anyone who will listen to me in and outside of Verizon, is I'm
Hmm.
really passionate about API first. I really think that APIs are the future, and
Hmm.
obviously it's one of the areas that I own. Um, but for for Verizon and for a lot of the really successful companies out there, the companies that have embraced APIs and focused on them, they have managed to really succeed and benefit from the API economy around us.
Yeah.
So this is an area that I'm focusing on heavily with the integration stripe, is building infrastructure to allow the rest of the organization to build APIs with ease that will
Hmm.
allow us to not just build internally, but also partner with partners to kind of add value and get customer value to market faster. So to me, API first is the next big thing for us.
Wow, interesting. So what watch this space. Just when you think it just evolves again, and it's like bam. Like I said, the world of API is just crazy. It's fantastic. I know I did say I'd let you go, but there was another quick question in there as well, for yourself, Jerry. As a working mother, how do you differentiate personal time and work time while working from home?
Um, that's a good one. I think
Mm,
it took me time to get that right, but I've set up some boundaries that I try not to cross, and I suppose become better at managing my calendar. I make sure that certain time I block out, and I make sure that and everyone around me knows that I can't take meetings. Say after 6 to 8 p.m. is the time when I have dinner with my
yeah,
kids. I cook them dinner, do homework, do bedtime, things like that. Later on, I may jump on more calls or do more work, but that sort of family time is holy, unless something is on massive fire, which doesn't really happen. We're very lucky that throughout the years we've managed to build for with stability in mind,
yeah,
and so it doesn't happen often at all. I can't even remember the last time it happened, but that's one thing that I do, is I make sure that I have that time booked in my calendar that I can dedicate to my kids with no interruptions. And
yeah.
the other thing is, I mean, I have a fantastic team
Mm,
that report to me. I have fantastic leaders
mm,
reporting to me. So I am not at the center of decision making. If a
mm.
decision needs to be made, they're empowered enough to go ahead without me. I they don't need me to say let's do this versus that. They know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's, and I mean, not to give you a big open air compliment here, but I think that's a sign of a fantastic leader. You know what I mean? You're empowered your leaders to go off and lead as well. And I think the stability thing comes down from our systems and stuff like that as well, but also the people which we hire that's developing and maintaining the system as well. So it's testament to the talent we're in the business as well. Jerry, if you were to, and I asked Jerry Maloney, and I ask everybody this, if you were to give somebody your nuggets of wisdom, obviously we're live on LinkedIn and we're on YouTube, we're on our Spotify, so we'll have a lot of people listening to this. And if you were to give some more, words of wisdom about joining Verizon Connect, what would they be?
Will they be? So I'd say go for it. I mean, our culture is second to none. And the reason why I can confidently say that is because, as everybody knows, the Great Resignation happened, kind of
Mm,
during the pandemic. And, Verizon Connect and Verizon weren't immune to it. Like every other company out there, we did lose
absolutely.
some folks. But we've had so many people come back. And the reason why they've come back is the culture, right?
Yes.
So, I can confidently say that we have one of the best work cultures, the best work-life balance as well in the industry. Because I've worked in a lot of companies where we've done late nights and weekends and all sorts. And here in Verizon Connect, we do care about people. We do care about not burning out people. And
Mhm,
with our lean Kanban model, we don't work to kind of like strict deadlines that are set by someone else, right?
mhm, mhm,
Usually it's an entirely different way of working that I haven't experienced anywhere else.
mm.
So I would say to anyone, just go for it, give it a shot. And on top of that, we have some fantastic managers as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I would boldly say it's probably some of the best I've ever worked with. I have to say, and I've worked for some fantastic companies, and I've hired some great talent. But I'm home and I'm amongst some amazing people, and it's fantastic to be a part of this. There was one other question I did want to ask you. Um, in terms of who else should we talk to? I mean, I was dying to get to speak to you. I was dying to get you out on our LinkedIn for me to introduce you to the world, because I'm constantly saying about our leadership and yourself and Nick and Gigi Man, and it's fantastic to hear for people that for you to come on here and to talk about our culture and stuff like that as well. So people will think he's actually not crazy. This Geri Yordanova actually does exist. Um, so who else should we talk to? I mean, who else should I go back into the business and have a conversation with?
Ooh, there's just so many people. I can definitely put you in touch. We've so many good folks, we've so many characters, we've so many people that
Yes.
are just really, really interesting individuals. But yeah, you're really putting me on the spot here.
You don't have to answer that question now. You can back message.
I will get back to you. I bet you I'll drop off this call and I'll be like, oh, I
Yeah,
should have
yeah,
said
no, absolutely.
that.
No, look, like I said, like these are general conversations, and I probably would throw a curveball every now and again, and that was obviously one, right? But it's just great to get the likes of yourself on here, and just for you then to tell the world what we're about and to hear about it. It's phenomenal. Look, Geri, it's been a scream. I have to say, I really enjoyed the conversation. I could talk for another hour with you, but I don't want LinkedIn cutting us off in mid conversation. So
No worries. Well, come here, have me again. We'll do another
listen,
hour.
let's do a part two. Let's do a sequel. Absolutely. And hopefully, if one of the next times when you're in, we'll experiment. We'll do it face to face with the camera in the room or something like that. But Geri, it's been an absolute fantastic. It's been fantastic to have you on. I hope you have a fantastic week and close out the rest of your day as well. I hope everything goes well. And don't forget, drop me a Slack message or a name, and we'll go get them.
Oh, I will for sure. Well, Keith, thank
Brilliant.
you so much for having me.
Thank
I've
you,
really enjoyed this conversation as well.
Geri.
And
I loved it.
anytime.
Thanks a
All
million,
right.
Geri. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Take care of yourself. I'll catch you later on. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Wow. There you go. Geri Yordanova. Amazing. I was absolutely thrilled. She agreed. She's been away on holidays and she's had so many really busy. As you heard, we're hiring full stack developers, QA, TPMs, and so forth. Don't forget to give me a shout, or anybody on the TA team, whether it be Brian, Shakira, Leon, JP, or Padraig. Come talk to us, and I hope you got a good overview of partners integration and an overview of the technology stack. Come talk to us. We've an awful lot to offer. So look, on that, I shall leave you with our credo. From me, thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
from where we work to where they live, from our technology to supporting theirs, from each and every one of us to each and every one of them. Everything we do affects everything they do. That's why how we work, what we believe, our values make all the difference.
We share our success with the community
to make the world in which we work better than it was yesterday.
We keep our commitments to each other and our customers.
We know teamwork enables us to serve our customers better and faster.
We focus outward on the customer, not inward.
Our actions produce measurable results.
We run to a crisis, not away.
We are committed to doing the right thing.
This is our credo, our guide to what really matters, how we stay connected to each other and to them. We are Verizon.